We have valuable intellectual property that is now being posted online in an area managed by another organization, and we really need to bring that in-house and start treating that as we have previous forms of content. Content that's created in a wiki, content that's posted in a blog somewhere, and other types of information like that, using new technologies that are often bundled under the term Web 2.0, and yet this is still valuable intellectual property that needs to be managed just as any other content would be managed inside of an organization. My name is Lance Shaw, and I'm the Group Product Marketing Manager for the Knowledge Worker Solution Area for EMC and our Documentum division. Why is your marketing team blogging? We're obviously not in the business of trying to replace a WordPress or a TypePad in the blogging space, but what we're looking to do is provide sort of a marriage of those Web 2.0 tools in a manner that is really suitable for the enterprise. So you hear terms of enterprise Web 2.0, and you're really talking about leveraging the tools that in many ways have arisen from the consumer side of the market, but individuals and even organizations realize that, hey, wait a second, that blog had value. I could actually use this in the business. I could use a wiki to share and co-author information. And I would like to bring this into the organization. So we're not going to always be able to gather information from other sources. In many cases we can. But what we're really looking to do is provide users with tools that they are familiar with and bring them into the corporate world, so that when I come into a company that's using EMC technology, for example, and there's the ability to blog, there's the ability to present my personal information in a social way so that I can promote expertise sharing and discover individuals that can help me on my projects. There's a way of collaborating in a space that is familiar to me that in many cases, frankly, is modeled after consumer side tools. I guess the really key point is, there are hundreds of blogging sites, there are hundreds of different wiki sites, and in many ways, we are simply taking those concepts and building them on an architecture that is really built to scale and is built to be managed long term. A lot of us now rely on RSS feeds as a way of gathering information, consolidating into a single view within a viewer, a tool like NetVibes, for example, that allows me to see a lot of different data sources from a lot of different places very quickly, scan them, see what's important to me, and be able to use those. I think what's interesting is the advent of social computing, where many of us have maybe started using Facebook, or in Europe, Bebo is very, very popular, in Asia, Friendster is very popular. The benefits of developing groups around similar interest areas and focus areas, and being able to leverage that from a perspective of expertise location, and being able to use that in an organization is huge. And that's another area that we're very focused on, is allowing organizations to promote interaction and discovery of information in a very visual way. We always look at ways to use things like Facebook and Twitter and Pounce and previously tools like Jaiku as a way of promoting communities of interest, because certainly from a marketing perspective, organizations are looking to get their word out. This is a great new way to expand communities of interest, people that are interested in your products, interested in your services, and get information from them, get new insights about how you can improve your products and improve your services back to them. So it becomes a much more interactive model with your customers than it was maybe where we simply had phone calls or we simply exchanged emails. Now we have a much more direct sort of interaction that's possible with the advent of these new tools. EMC for years has been producing the Documentum Enterprise Content Management platform and infrastructure, and that is a very proven way of managing very, very wide variety of content types. And so you have organizations standardizing on that and using that as a model for managing content from the early creation or capture side of the equation all the way down to archiving and compliance and governance, and even destroying information based on retention policies. What we've done is we've extended that model of compliance and control to manage new types of content. Where we previously had collaborative workspaces, we now have collaborative workspaces that incorporate wikis and blogs, for example. Where we previously had just search, we now have search that follows visual models, and search that allows you to do tagging and supports folksonomies, so that I can share tags and subscribe to those tags via RSS feeds, so that I can get updates on particular topics that are of interest to me. But all of that is still managed and still organized in a way that is safe for the organization and meets all of my compliance and governance requirements. And so that's really what Documentum has done. Documentum 6.5, the latest enterprise content management platform, has been built specifically to support Web 2.0 initiatives and the types of tools that organizations are now using.